Hi students, so we are discussing coordination, that's the linking system. So in last class we discussed the introduction of the coordination, how the coordination takes place in our body. If there is no coordination, is it possible to do any work? Is it possible to survive? It's very difficult to do any work. So we need a coordinations. Coordination between the management, teachers and students also it is very important. We should need a coordination among the students. And today class we are going to discuss that the structure of the nerve cell. Structure of the nerve cell. Today I am giving, so because of Saturday, so you have to do an activity. So this is based on activity. I will explain about the structure of the nerve cell. But so it is your responsibility to draw a picture of the nerve cell. How you are going to draw? Are you going to draw on the chart papers? Are you going to draw? Are you going to prepare a model of this nerve cell? How you are going to do? I don't know, but you have to prepare a model or a design of the nerve cell. You can use a different, like you can use wires, you can use thermocols, you can use chart papers, you can use whatever maybe. But this is based on an activity. So you have to prepare a model, or else you have to draw a neat diagram of the chart on the chart. So you can use some colors, whatever maybe you can use, and you have to draw a neat diagram, or you have to prepare a model of this nerve cell, and you have to set only that pic. So only the diagram and the label of the nerve cell. So you have to, I will post it in the groups. So those who will draw a very nice pic and those who prepare very good pictures, and I will send it to the group. Okay, this is the activity. So you have to think this is the activity, and I will explain this lesson also. But this is the homework today. Okay, so drawing the picture or preparing a model of nervous cell. Structure of the nerve cell. Structure of the nerve cell. Structure of the nerve cell. I think from 7th class, 6th class, this nerve cells regularly you are trying. You know about this labels, you know about the structure of the nerve cell, how to draw. It's very easy. So that's why I am giving this activity. So the beautiful color picture is there in your textbook. Just you follow that, and whatever color is there, what that indicating, you have to write it. So this is about the structure of the nerve cell. This nerve cell, you can think innovatively, so you can do this activity. How it's looking? It's looking like a tree. So there is a stem is there. In the down we can see the roots, we can see like branches, we can see the beautiful picture of this nervous system. So this is the diagram of the nervous system. Nerve cell. So in nerve system there are so many, more than 100 billions of nerve cells is there. In nervous system there are more than 100 billions of nerve cells is present. This nerve cell we can divide into three parts. We can divide into three parts. The first one is cell body. We can call cyton. Cell body or cyton. Second one is dendrites. And third one is axon. Dendrites, axons. This body, this is called, center of the part is called as cell body, and we can call cyton. In the cell body, in the center of the cell body, we can see a dark color structure in the middle. It is called as a nucleus. In the cell body, there are granules-like structure is there. The dark color, large granule-like structure is called as Nissls granules. Cytoplasm also is present in the cell body. Cytoplasma. So cell body consists of cytoplasma. So the small granule-like structure is there. They are called as Nissls granules. From the cell body, there are small projections is going to arises. There are two projections are arises from the cell body. Small projections are called as dendrites. Small projections are called as dendrites. There are one more projections arises from the cell body. When it compared to the dendrites, this projection is very long. This long projection is called as axon. So this axon it consists of a myelin sheath. This myelin sheath is made up of a squamous cell. The squamous cell is nothing but fatty materials. The squamous cell is made up with fatty materials. Myelin sheath consists of squamous cells. The squamous cells is prepared or made up by fatty materials. There is a small gap between one myelinated sheet to the another myelinated sheet. They are called as node of Ranvier. This myelinated sheet is made up with the squamous cells. Small gap, the gap is called as node of Ranvier. This axons is end with axon terminals. see there is a synaptic nerve. Synaptic nerve. Synaptic nerve. This is the structure of the nerve cell. Divided into three parts. One is cell body. Cell body consists of Nisser's granules, and the cytoplasm is present in this cell body. So liquid substances, the material transport within the cell body from one part to another part. The small projections arises from the cell body are called as dendrites. So the long projections arises from the cell body are called as axon. When compared to the dendrites, it's very long. So axon is, we can see on the axons, it is made up of with, we can see the substances on the axons are myelinated sheaths. So we cannot identify whether it is a dendrites or axons in the brains. There are millions of these nerve cells arises from the brain. Not only brain, from the nervous spinal cord also there are nervous cells will be arises and it will spread to the entire body. So in the brain we cannot identify it. So this both they look like the straight structures. Dendrites and the axons they look like the same structure, but how can we identify whether it is a dendrites or axons? Looking their size, we keep the small sizes there, we can identify, oh, it is a dendrites. A very long size is there, we can identify the axons. On the axons, myelinated sheath is there. So on dendrites, we cannot see the myelinated sheath. Some axons also not having myelinated sheaths. Such type of axons are called as non-myelinated sheath. It is very difficult to compare whether it is identify whether it is dendrites or axons when myelinated sheaths are not there on the axons. When myelinated sheaths are not there, such type of axons are called as non-myelinated sheath. So looking their length, we can say, oh, this is the dendrites, and we can say this is the axons. One nerve cells will attach to the another nerve cells. So by the dendrites, they are called as synapse. They are called as synapse. So like this, one nerve cell attached to the another nerve cells by the dendrites. They are called as synapse. One nerve cell attached to the other nerve cell by the dendrites to the dendrites, or axon to the axons, or dendrites and axons, or axons are dendrites. They are called as synapse. What is synapse? One nerve cell attached to the another nerve cell by the dendrites. This connection is called as synapse. There is a minute gap. Through this minute gap, the information, the transformation of the message sent will one cell to the another cells by chemicals or a mechanical barriers. The information will send from one cell to the another cells. So this is about the structure of the nerve cells. In one nerve system, so there are more than 100 billions of nerve cells is there. So once the nerve cell is damaged, we cannot regenerate it. So the regeneration capacity is not there in the nerve cell. But another remaining parts we can see regeneration capacity. But in nerve cells, once damaged, we cannot regenerate it. We cannot regenerate the nerve cells. This is the structure of the nerve cells. That's why it is also called as, so the nerve cell is the structural and the functional unit of the nervous system. Nerve cell is the structural and the functional unit of the nervous system. To carry the message to the brain, to reply to the body parts, the nerve cells are carrying messages. By through these nerve cells, the information sending to the brain, and we are getting reply from the brain. Brain is the play a key role, a major role to analyze the data and send a reply to the body parts. This is about the structure of the nerve cell. The two more side headings is there. We can discuss about this. More headings of this nerve cells. Pathways. From stimulations to respond. From stimulation to respond. You can see that afferent nerves. Afferent nerves. And also called sensory nerves. Sensory nerves. Second one is efferent. Efferent nerves. Motor nerves. The last one is association nerves. Association nerves. These are pathways from stimulation to respond. Every nerves, they carry messages from body parts to the brain. They carry message toward the brain, toward the brains. They are also called as sensory nerves. They carry messages from all the body parts to the brain. That's why they are called as carrying message towards the brain. Towards the brain. When the message transforms into the brain will analyze. So efferent nerves, they carry messages from brain to the body parts. Brain to the body parts. For example, if you touch iron box with the fingers, with the skin sensory nerves is there. This through the sensory nerves, messages carried to the brain. Brain will analyze and will give reply to the efferent nerves or motor nerves. Then we will remove immediately our hands from the dangerous spaces. So efferent nerves, also called as motor nerves, they carry messages from brain to the body parts towards sensory nerves, away from the brains, falling away from the brains, motor nerves. This two works is done by the association nerves. Association nerves. So this association, there is a small shape is there. For example, from the sense organs, the message carried by efferent arterioles. Afferent nerves. From the body parts, sense organs to the afferent nerves. Where it will enter? The brain or spinal cord. From the brain and the spinal cord, efferent arterioles. Efferent arterioles carry messages to the muscles. Muscles of the arm. Muscles of the arm. See, this is the information from the sensory to the efferent arterioles, efferent nerves or sensory nerves carrying this to the brain. Brain will reply to the efferent nerves to the muscles of organs. Or directly, this association nerves. Association nerves from the directly message sent from brain to the association nerves to the organs of muscles of the organs, and it will also give reply to the brains. From message sent to the brains, it will also give reply to the brain to association nerve. It will work like association between the two nerves. రెండింటి పని కూడా ఒకటే చేస్తుంది. It will do both works like efferent nerves or afferent nerves will do only association nerves. This is the structure of the nerve cell. So very important for 4 marks also. So they will ask the write the nerve cell, how nerve cell is the structural and the functional unit of the nervous system. Structural, what is the structural and the functional unit of the nervous system? Nerve cell is the structural and the functional unit of the nervous system. So that's why I told you do the activity. So this nerve cell is very important. Read and this is the homework. So you have to do the activity. Whether you go to draw the diagram or doing a model. So I need the activity based on the structure of the cell. Okay, this is about the structure of this nerve cell. Structure of the nerve cells. Pathways from stimulus to the response. Efferent nerves are sensory neurons. Efferent nerves are motor nerves. Association nerves. Okay, thank you students.